Everybody. Today I am talking about communication skills. This is my favorite topic. Believe it or not, I was an announcer for Army for 3 decades. For ASRAM Secunderabad for 9 years consecutively. Where the audience used to be to the tune of 6 to 7,000 occasionally. And I used to talk to them for 3 to 4 hours. I'll show the videos where my audience is 6 to 7,000. For Army Medical Corps for 3 consecutive decades, 33 years of my working, all Army Medical Corps Day I was an announcer, speaker. And during COVID days, I have worked as an RJ, radio jockey, for 2 years. Whether you know it or not, believe it or not, I was radio jockey for Radio Lucknow during COVID days. So I have got vast experience in communication skills. And it doesn't mean that speaking to our audience is something is different and talking to students or talking to patients is something new or different. The principles are the same. And I'm going to impart the same principles and same thing. And I forgot to mention in 1995 to 1998, 3 years as Agra Club, that is in Agra. It's a prestigious institution. For 3 years, I was the only announcer for 3 consecutive years. Record. So with so much of experience in speaking, in public speaking, I thought this is the right topic for me to speak. What is it all about? How you can make the audience glued to their chair for 3 hours, that is crowd of 6,000. Unbelievable. It's true. I'll show you the videos, not 1 or 2 occasions. For 9 years, I've done that. 9 years. So, there's something very important and there's something to be learned about communication skills. Telugulo antaru, "Adala kada bratikiyochu." If you have communication skills, you can survive even in deserts. Believe it or not. And why it's so important? Why it's so important in medicine? Being a doctor, being a postgraduate student, why it is so important? Why I'm insisting? Because by knowing the communication skill, you can derive to the correct diagnosis, the outcome of the patient thing for which he has come is better. That's for sure. So why can't we acquire communication skills? And now of late, surprisingly, during my time it was never thought. Now of late, university has decided that it should be part of the curriculum. Now they have insisted that for undergraduate students, they should be part of the curriculum, communication skills. But it's very late. Why it is late, I'll tell you now. The reason, and one of the reasons to talk this topic was that. And what is that? I'm going to tell you right now. 6 million people. Ma'am, 6 million people in 1 year die because of inadequate healthcare facility in the world. And 1/3 of those people who die, that is 1.6 million, live in India. 1.6 million in 1 year die because of inadequate health facility. Now, how the hell that inadequate health facility and communications skills are related? They are related. How? Once a person dies, he's somebody's father, he's somebody's son, he's somebody's brother, somebody's husband. Do you think they'll keep quiet if they feel the wrong treatment has been done to them? If they feel generally, the heart of hearts, if they feel that something very bad treatment has been imparted because of sexual non-availability or because of negligence of the doctor, if they fail, if your father dies suddenly for no reason or other, you will be aggressive, you can be violent, you can hit the doctor, you can break the furniture in the hospital. It's common. Now how it is related, now I'll tell you. If you have communication skills, proper communication skills, you can avoid this conflict. You can avoid the harm to the hospital and for yourself. You can survive. And this harm to the violence against doctors is increasing day by day. And India is the worst place where this is happening. You won't believe 70% of the doctors in India feel unsafe when they are treating doctors, patients. Not here, not in the institution. If you are practicing, if you have nursing home, you feel unsafe when you are dealing with critical cases. God forbid he passes out, he dies. What will be the reaction? What is the reaction to my nursing home? How would it will affect my next patient? Why? And 8.3% of all the doctors who are working have physical abuse, physical harm during some time of their study. Patients harm them physically, 8.38%. That is the statistics. And 75% of the doctors who are practicing now in India will have some type of physical abuse or verbal abuse. Verbal, I'm underscoring, unverbal abuse. Some time because of miscommunication with their patients. So that's the most important part. Why not? We learn how to communicate with the patients. Not only patients. I'll give you one example. If there is conflict between surgeons and anesthesia, the outcome will be bad. If there is miscommunication between surgeons and anesthesia, who will be the person who are affected? Patient. Similarly, in an organization like this, suppose in this department there is a conflict between me and my HOD, who will be the sufferers? The students. So there cannot be having conflict. The conflict has to be broken by communication. Come down to their level or raise to their level. Talk, solve the crisis, solve the conflict. For that you need to have skills. Skills of communication. It has been formed in such a very strange class. Class is context. L stands for listening. A for acknowledgement. When you are talking to somebody, acknowledge. When he is speaking, just keep nodding your head. Yes, I'm listening. I'm with you. Then look at them like this. They won't understand whether you're listening or not listening. Okay, keep nodding your head so that the person feels comfortable talking to you. They'll open up. They will share all their secrets and all the things which are related, required or not required. You will come to correct diagnosis. By eliciting signs and symptoms, you may not come to correct diagnosis. By knowing the correct history by which you can have a good communication. You should have lots of patience. Other SS I said is strategy. You should have strategy for everything. Plan how are you going to speak to the patient. What you are going to ask. You should know in advance. And summary. Whenever you are speaking to somebody, in the end, summarize the thing. See the reaction, response. Habit has it been registered in their mind? What has been percolated and discussed between both of us? Repeat it. Because their level is not your level. Mental caliber. They forget, they don't understand many things. Repeat what the discussion has took place, what consent has been. Consent means understanding between two people at the same level. But the person has to be mentally good. There should not be mental problems, and the person should be about 12 years, not 18 years, to be the consent. For anything. So that is it. And I was talking about violence. How you react should be very alert. There is one acronym called STANT, S-T-A-N-T. If you remember this STANT, without fail, 100% you can know the violence is about to begin. If a person is going to hit you or harm you, suppose some mishap has taken place and you are trying to tell the bad news about this thing. Sorry, your father is or something, or brother is how you react? Keep looking at it. Always never lose contact with the eye. Keep looking at it. If the person is staring at you, first, I said the stand, first syllabus is S. Wherever you are going, he is staring at you. It is going to hurt you. Okay, next is T. T is tone. Listen to him properly. What tone he is speaking. You can make out next moment whether he is going to hit you with the nearest available thing or not. A is anxiety. They look anxious. Not little bit of anxious. You can make out they're terribly anxious. That is the time they are going. They don't know what is going to happen and what is the results of that. Don't talk about MPA now. That is Medical Protection Act. 23 states of India has Medical Protection Act. Andhra Pradesh incidentally is the first state which has implemented MPA, Medical Protection Act, which means if a doctor is harmed by any patient or his attendant or relative, there will be unbailable warrant and arrest. They cannot be taken out of the even for a day, whatever excuses the lawyers will have. They cannot come out of jail. Punishment, 3 years punishment. And fine of 3 lakhs, up to 3 lakhs. And 3 years up to jail. But that time they won't think all this thing. Now jail 6 padta, they'll first hit you. Then think later. So who will be affected? So I want you to stand. One is staring, T is tone, A is anxiety. M is for mumbling. That is the motto. That is the time it's going to come. And P is pacing. Pacing in the that is the time it is going to come. Appudu, don't try to pacify. Don't try to argue. Just disappear from the scene. That's the best course of action. Go to the nearest phone and inform the security that this is likely to be. And don't ever argue with him. Especially if he is angry, you don't become angry. That is not the solution. Suppose he hits you, don't hit him back. Firstly, you don't get into that problem. But in case you get into this problem, don't hit him back. Suppose he has abused you, don't abuse him back. You have to maintain your cool composure. Calm composure. You should be able to reply to him in calm. Address his question. Calmly, composedly reply to his question. Don't avoid his question. You have to answer the person. You must answer his queries. Don't avoid it. Speak to him. Tell him, this is the reason we lost. Sincerely. He may not react. You have to not lose your temper. Don't become angry. There's some book called anger management. You must know. You must control your anger at that. You may talk nonsense about you. Don't lose control of your temper. Talk cool composure and reply to him not in medical jargon which he won't understand. Come down to his level of understanding and explain to him. Paraphrase the words. What is paraphrasing? If he is not understanding one particular word, give another word which he understands. As far as possible, speak to him in his mother tongue, rather than speak in English. Speak to him in his mother tongue, in his native language. Make him understand. He will not harm you. Firstly, you should know who will harm, when he will harm. Secondly, if such a situation comes, how you should react, when you should exit, you should just disappear from the scene. And if he is not getting angry, in the talking terms, you explain to him cool composure what are the things which has happened. And never try to put the blame on him. He will not accept it. He may know that because of his not disclosing certain things about his father or brother, that person has died. But he won't accept that blame onto himself. Don't try to blame. Are nee birthday na chachipayadu nu cheppaledu vaadiki diabetes undi hypertension. Alanti maatlu appudu cheppakandi. Tarvata cheppochu. You can write in the case sheet that he has not told. Firstly, you should elicit all this. That's your mistake. Why did you elicit the history of diabetes or hypertension or stroke in the past? Or am I in the past? It's your job. You are not asking him enough time. That's your job partially. You are to be blamed rather than he blamed. He didn't do as a doctor. You have to elicit from him. He may not be telling you all the things which is required for your diagnosis and correct diagnosis and management. You have to elicit question. You should know exact diagnosis, what is the course of management. In that consent taking, just don't make it mechanical. Ikkada sadhana petti, ikkada velugodu petti. First, discuss with him what is his problem. Suppose he is appendicitis. What the problem he doesn't get operated. What is the problem? What is the outcome? What type of surgery he will face? How long he will be admitted? What will be the expenses? What are the investigations he will be doing? And what is the possibility of survival after that? Explain to him. After that, you get him signed. That's how you communicate. Not that I can, not particular. He will know that something is missing unless he's not genuine person. He doesn't bother about you. He doesn't treats you as a patient, not a human being. Other than empathy. Empathy and put yourself into that person's shoes. And put a time. When you are seeing a person lying on the operation table, you are going to give anesthesia. Empathy. You should feel that you are lying down on the table. How you expect you to be treated at that time. Would you like talking loudly and laughing and joking when he is being operated? No. At the same time, you should not be pathetic or very serious. Talk to him gently, pleasantly. Make him comfortable. That's called communication skills. And he will not forget this thing in his lifetime. He will go and tell 100 people. Arey, na surgery in the baga valna chusar. He himself will get you another 100 patients. He will drag his all relatives to you because he has trusted you. You have earned his trust. That is $1 billion. Trust cannot be won. Just like that. Sincerity. When you are doing eye contact, there is something called emotional and body language. If somebody is loving you, the person, he or she, doesn't need to announce in the mic that I love you. His movements, his expression, body language speak volumes that the person loves you. Alage, if a person hates you, his body language, his speech, his looks, everything tells volumes about it. You don't have to ask whether you hate me or love me. It's written on the wall in bold letters. Yes, you like me or not. You don't have to ask him. The body language. Alage patient body language. What minimal choose that? The patients will be judging you when he's talking to you. Because half the thing is going over his head. He's not understanding. Only your hand movements, your gestures, you're looking into the eyes, your emotion, your expression, only that he's grasping. Are you genuinely interested in him or the money is going to get you generated? He can make out, he's not a fool. Once he have won his trust, he will not leave you. God forbid anything happens. He has trust. He feels that you are part of his family. Why should he kill his brother? Unless it's the worst thing accidentally happening. He will not harm you. He will not break the windows of the hospital. He will never do that. somebody who himself is doctor, Kadra, Manchi doctor, he must have done the best. అక్కడ ఉంటుంది కమ్యూనికేషన్ స్కిల్స్. అది ఎవరు నేర్పించారు? Why the university was sleeping all these years? I want to ask this question to them. Why was they sleeping all these years? ఇప్పుడు ఆ కమ్యూనికేషన్ స్కిల్స్ గుర్తొచ్చింది. ఇప్పుడు ఆ అండర్ గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ లెవెల్లో అది ఒక కరిక్యులం ఉండాలి. Were you sleeping? I am asking you. Yes, I want the university people to listen to my question. I want them to answer that question. Were you sleeping all these years? Want the answer. India wants to know. Pradeep wants to know. I want to know. Forget about all that. Now, communication skills. Now, there are various relationships between the patient and the doctor. One is paternalistic. The doctor feels that he is his father. Student, me mein class feeling the paternalistic. They always treat you like the children. Always. The children all the sudden. I always feel that you are my children. Not my student. Our feeling is so. Akada, the patients take very good feeling. But he is stress spotter. But he doesn't worry about his problems. But perfect treatment is very point. Because he is in the hands of his father. I think paternalistic. The other, the contact between doctor and patient relationship is consumeristic. Consumeristic. Where the patient takes offer. He wants to be the boss. And sir, just చేయండి, MRI చేయండి, ఇది చేయండి, ఎక్కడ గూగుల్లో జల్దీ సెర్చ్ ఇస్తాడు, అది చేయండి, నన్ను అక్కడ రిఫర్ చేసేయండి, అది బెటర్ డాక్టర్, అక్కడ రిఫర్ చేసి అక్కడ వెళ్ళిపోతాడు. అండ్ యూ accede, ACCED, అంటే you agree to his request and transfer him to some of the hospital on his request. That is consumerism. The third patient and doctor relation is default. Default means by default, suppose there is an emergency, forget about paternalistic, forget about consumeristic. When there is an emergency, it should be the doctor should take the plan. అప్పుడు వాడికి ఏం చేయాలని అడగడం consumeristic. How paternalistic? You have to be the boss. Understood? This is how all this rigmarole takes place. The most important thing is patiently 10 tons of time, little extra time than what you are doing a TA checkup. Manohar, if you are doing a TA checkup, spend little extra time with the patient. That will build the rapport. RAPPORT. RT is silent. Rapport and it's not rapport, it is rapport. Rapport and trust, mutual understanding. Okay. Once you build rapport with the person, that brings outcome into better results, better diagnosis, better treatment, betterment of the hospital, betterment of your name and fame, your success rate. And interpersonal relationship, that's very, very important. If you don't have communication skills, you can never have good relations with someone. You will have animosity with him. If you have good relationship with him, he will treat you as a part of his. ఇప్పుడు అంటే అడుగుతుంటారే, నా తప్పు డబ్బులు ఇచ్చారు, మీరు ఎందుకు 9,000 ఇస్తే నాకు 3,000, 3,000 ఇస్తారు. అప్పుడు ఉండదు. If you have good communication skills with the doctor, surgeon, he will give you exactly 50% without asking. If you demand now, then your value goes down. You maintain that relationship in such a way, mutualistic, mutual respect to each other. You have got skill, you have got knowledge. Surgeons should feel that you have got skill, knowledge that nobody else has. Which, God forbid, if they have to, you should feel that this is not going to, the patient will not go in your hands. He may not save the patient's life. You were there, and you should feel that you are going to save the patient. He has the feeling, that kind of feeling. You are born to be successful. And you don't have to beg, I want more this thing. Be sincerity, empathetic attitude, listening skills. Go for it, sincerity. The patient will support you, the surgeon will support you. And you don't have conflicts with your bosses. You never have your conflicts with the bosses. Whether you like him or not, accept him. Just accept him because of something good will happen to the patient or the other people. Like in this scenario, as I said, it will be better for the students if I don't have conflict with other staff in the hospital. If I have conflict with Neha madam, if I have conflict with Divya madam, what will happen? The patients will suffer. You people will suffer. You won't have adequate education. You won't have adequate classes. You have to make a balance, make an understanding. That is communication. Always remember, whatever you do, the condescending attitude you should not have. Condescending ante na nenu boss, na anni telusu. Our attitude is good. That is very hard. And there should not be political pressure. Politicians should be away from healthcare as far as possible. Politicians should not meddle into our treatment. Or if politician is coming to you, he should not be given VIP treatment under school. Amo politics, member of parliament or something, special treatment. That should not. Everybody is equal. Even that man should treat. VIP culture under control, God forbid anything happens, they should not meddle. వాడు వచ్చి నన్ను తిట్టడం, ఏ డాక్టర్ గారు ఏం చేస్తాను మా పేరు చంపిస్తాను వాడికి అసలు తెలుస్తుంది ఎందుకు చచ్చిపోయాడు ఏంటి. Why is he meddling into it? Does he have adequate knowledge to talk about medicine? Why are they meddling? And why are they VIPs? They are all fun, same. The meddling of politics should not be there. Politician. Third, media is window of society. Media, TV, radio, all this. Window of society. The moment they listen, but తెలిసింది అనుకో ఇక్కడ ఒక పేషెంట్ తెచ్చిపోయాడు చూడకుండానే ఒక కథనాలు ఇస్తాడు. ఇది జరిగిపోయింది, అది చంపిస్తాడు, ఇలా చేసిస్తాడు, డాక్టర్ చూడలేదు, మీడియా ట్రయల్స్. అరే leave it to the courts. Leave it to the court to decide whether you have done harm or right thing or not. Leave it to the court. Why media is giving media trials? They should be proactive and give the doctor positive image rather than giving negative image. Once you are given media trial with the thing, everywhere is talking. వాడికి ముందే అక్కడ గ్రామంలో ఉన్నవాడు కూడా తెలిసిపోయింది ఇక్కడ ఏం జరిగిపోయింది సార్, ఏం జరిగిందో మీడియా వాడు చెప్తారు. మరి వాడు వచ్చాడా, వాడు తెలిసిన ఏమీ చూడకుండా రాస్తారు మీడియాలో వచ్చేదా అనౌన్స్ టీవీ. You should control the media. And the last part of my lecture is security. Security should be very good. Madam, the security will be very good in the hospital. That's very important. If anything happens, the security should be good enough to take control of the situation. You should not be working under duress under pressure. అమ్మో ఏం చేస్తే చచ్చిపోతే నన్ను చంపిస్తారు, నా డిగ్రీ పోతుందని ఆ ఫీలింగ్ ఉండకూడదు. You won't be taking ASA grade 4 and 3 cases. You will be taking only ASA grade 1 cases. What will happen to the ASA 3 and 4 cases? Nobody will touch. Because God forbid anything happens, you will be killed or you will be dragged to the court for countless number of years. That is called legal suits, malpractice. This is called malpractice suit against you. God forbid anything happens for 14 years, you'll be stuck with the court activity. Why should you practice? Just imagine the poor doctor and anesthesiologist. What all things are working against him? 15 to 20 years he must be studying. No social life, no family life. On top of that, sincerity is being questioned. Do you know enough to save me? Do you know enough to give me anesthesia? That is being questioned. That is called PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. They suffer depression. We can't sleep, but none of their faults. And verbal assault still worse than physical assault. Somebody talking, abusing at the back of you, or talking, abusing your wife because your husband has died. How harmful it would be. Just imagine that. And there is something called cyberbullying. He WhatsApp round తిరిగిపోతుంది ఒక్క రోజు ఆ ఫలానా కాలేజ్లో ఫలానా డాక్టర్ చంపేశాడు. వాడు వాట్సాప్ చూసుకొని చూసాడు, కృష్ణప్పుడు చచ్చిపోయాడు. చూడలేదు, చేయలేదు, వాడు తెలియదు, రాసిస్తాడు. ఆ వాట్సాప్లో నెక్స్ట్ వాడు ఇంకా కొంచెం మసాలా యాడ్ చేసి తిరుగుతూ ఉంటాడు. 4-10 సంవత్సరాలు కూడా అదే మళ్ళీ తిరిగి వస్తుంది. This is called cyberbullying. You should not do that, and nobody should be permitted to do that. You can complain against it. Just take a screenshot and send it to cybersecurity. Somebody is cyberbullying me. Don't take it lying down. Complain against it. Straight up. The first thing is lynching. Do you know there have been cases of lynching on doctors? పడిపోయి చంపేశారు డాక్టర్. వాడు ఎవరు రిలేటివ్ చచ్చిపోయాడు. వాడు అడ్మిట్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు ఒక్కడు రాలేదు. వాడు ఉన్నాడా, బ్రతకాడా, చచ్చాడా ఒక్కడు లేదు. చచ్చిపోయిన తర్వాత డాక్టర్ తింటాడు, కొట్టడానికి అందరూ వచ్చేస్తారు. వాడు తండ్రికి, చెల్లికి, ఏదో తమ్ముడికి, ఏదో రిలేటివ్ దూరం పంపుతాడు. వాడు కూడా వచ్చేస్తున్నాడు, బ్రతకడం కొట్టినకి చంపిన. సెక్యూరిటీ షుడ్ బి. అలాగే ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్. మన కాలేజ్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఇస్ వెరీ గుడ్. But look at the state of government hospitals. Where is the fund? Where is it going? All this fund. God only knows. There won't be anything available in a government hospital. Do you know that? Why is it government hospitals? Nothing will be available. Not like ASRAM. It will be horrible. It is here to ఉండదు. You have to give anesthesia without anesthesia. Pulse oximeter ఉండదు. హ్యాండ్ ఆన్ పల్స్ చేసుకొని బీపీ చూసుకొని ప్రతి ఆపరేషన్ ఏముండదు. దిస్ ఇస్ గవర్నమెంట్ హాస్పిటల్. ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఏముండదు. ఎక్కడ ఫండ్స్ వెళ్తుందో దేవుడికి తెలుసు. దట్ ఇస్ ద ప్రాబ్లం. ప్రైమరీ హెల్త్ సెంటర్ షుడ్ బి పర్ఫెక్ట్. ఇఫ్ దట్ ఇంప్రూవ్స్, దెన్ సెకండరీ హెల్త్ సెంటర్స్ షుడ్ బి ఈక్వల్లీ గుడ్. Then tertiary, this is called tertiary hospital. Tertiary healthcare system lo extra patients under extra, and there should be adequate doctor-patient ratio. If the influence is high, the management should deploy more doctors so that the waiting period of the patient should not be more. Accordingly, they are divided. Equal attention to the patient. If there is only one doctor looking after queue of 150, what will happen? Your turn will come after 5 hours and you are being dehydrated in this hot summer, you are waiting in the queue. So what will happen? Some untoward thing will happen. So there should be equal number of doctors, not equal number, there should be, ratio should be good. So that waiting period is not more. So that is the gist of the entire discussion. I don't want to show you the slides because I have enumerated anything and everything related to communication skills. Thank you for patient listening. Have a wonderful day.